Hello, everybody. Ciao. I am Patricia Urquiola, designer, architect, and art director of Casina. Today, we are going to have an out-of-the-box conversation with Massimo Bottura, our Italian immense chef. I hope we are going to discover a lot of things. And I had the luck to meet him a few years ago and to work together. Then it was a little, very interesting project. And I want to begin from that, and I hope we can share with this man that for me is an immense iceberg. I think we are still only connecting partially. I think even we didn't know a lot of things with the outer side of this man. I think we have to discover many new aspects. I'm waiting to speak with him, but this for me is first time even to do this kind of connection. Then I wait for Massimo, and what I can say to you that what there was an extreme important thing that I have in my mind. I was seeing the last period. I got his quarantine kitchen or kitchen quarantine series. And I was saying to myself, I think how much we have to learn as designers, or any kind of creative, in the way he was approaching all of us. He was putting all his domesticity, his own family, on the pot. He was sharing with us a very simple. Ciao!
Ciao Patricia, ciao.
Infinita.
Hi everyone. Welcome to Kitchen Quarantine.
Yes. Well, you have to keep part of the energy today for your kitchen quarantine.
Yeah.
Bueno, Massimo, ecco, just to say something to you, I'm super orange, you are super white, it's okay. Things are like this. We are doing experiments, and when we do experiments, I think we learn a little bit of limits, no? Of what is not perfect. I think it's the important thing of this moment. But you, ecco, I was yesterday seeing you with all your family, with Charlie with el pijama, black and white, a quadretti, blanco y negro.
No filters, no filters.
No filters, no.
If Charlie is upset, he's upset. That's it.
We were all in love. We were seeing Lara, Monissima, explaining all the things. I was seeing, finally, we saw Alexa. Because I think all the American West Coast, usually we have to learn a new way to find the new Alexa. The digital advisor, we invented a new one.
Yeah.
It's familiar. It's someone in your family, which is, she can do, she speaks perfectly anything. She understands you perfectly. And you can say to her, come on.
That's the most important thing. The energy. Keep the energy on the same level.
See. And and we understand she's your daughter. You understand? Yeah. And to keep that level with someone which is from your family, is even more, much more fantastical. There's and for example, yesterday we were speaking with the family Roca. And Roca,
one of my oldest friend in gastronomy,
You were proposing to Roca a fantastic thing, to do in the new Merida refectorio, a bigger screen. And what will happen in the screen?
No, it was an idea that came up in my mind yesterday, because it's not going to be sustainable anymore to do what we have done in 2015, to fly all my friend, all the most influential chef in the world, in any place to cook for poor people. We already set up the line. We already transfer the message. So I said to Joanne, it would be amazing to put two big screens here and in the kitchen, in the room. The people in the room, they're gonna see you connected from Girona, and you give advice to all the volunteers that are in the kitchen. And we're gonna cook whatever we have, as we have done. So the surplus food. So we're gonna get the surplus food, check it out, and say, cook the potato, peel the potato, boil the potato, mash the potato, add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, put some butter, put oven, 250 degrees, and we are like as directors, but from the other side of the world. So we don't pollute the world, we don't travel, but we are connected, as we do with Kitchen Quarantine. Kitchen Quarantine is exactly that. It's the perfect example of food for soul. More than the refectorio, because we all know that the biggest waste is in our home. We waste more food than any other in our homes. So in Kitchen Quarantine, we show to all the family they want to share with us a little bit of joy, but also the idea of cleaning the whole refrigerator. That's
but
another...
you know, I like it. In one of them, you were saying to Alexa, you were saying, you know, I don't know, just, come on, go. And you were saying, don't clean so much your bookcase, and don't do too much order on your books and on your records. Like, just do what you like. Yes, just work with your love, and then just in my case, I'm gonna cook for you. I think that
sure.
that message is really strong for all of us. I hope that you know, Instagram and all of them, they understand what means the power of this.
No, the people went crazy. Yesterday, Facebook posted an interview with me, with 5 minutes of interview, just to as the perfect example how to use a social media. You know, they said for them, Kitchen Quarantine is the perfect example how to use social media, and they asked for an interview, and they posted yesterday. So if you think that Facebook is posting a chef in a small restaurant in Modena, you know, locked in with the family in Viale Monreali, you know, it's like, whoa, this is crazy.
I think,
but it's
Mira,
like, yes, a good idea is a good idea.
You spoke about Modena, and we met in Modena. You remember?
How many years ago? Like 7, 8 years ago.
I'm like you, more or less. See, a few years ago, and
I saw your picture with me behind the motorcycle.
I did. You said you want to go on motorcycle. I say I do what you want. Anything is okay. But you know, Massimo, I remember you were with Lara, and we were with Massimo Orsini, the owner of a company that they do ceramic tiles, which is Mutina, and I was working with them strongly. No, and we wanted I was in love with the building, with architecture, because they have an incredible building that we wanted to from Angelo Mangiarotti, and they was like, we have to enhance this space. And then he said, we are gonna do. For presentation, we are going to do a dinner, a path dinner, and percorso, attraverso la fabbrica. And I call my friend Bottura, no? And I love Massimo, that when you came with Lara, because it's always with Lara.
That was a very strange, crazy dinner, because everything we had in mind, me and you, I still remember the dialogue behind the table. You know, and the people, they were there in front of us, and they were saying, oh, that's a good idea. Oh, good. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, they never said no. So the more
and we did all of them.
Putting together crazy things, and we did it.
No leftovers, Capito. No leftovers even, because we really were using I remember, one part of the company was with a certain dimension, and another one was the warehouse. Then we were saying the connection, the door is not working. I'm going to do a kind of tunnel of 5 meters. Then people can cross about it. Could be a dark, you could say, we can do a dark one. And then I will be inside with an speleologist cask. You remember? And then I will give a black anguilla eel from the pot in a sushi, black sushi to everyone.
With the rice from... you know, the area close to where we fish the eels. So we're gonna make a maki, you know, it's like the classic sushi, like anago, but in modern style. So we were lacquer the eel with saba sauce. Saba sauce is the concentration of the must before becoming balsamic vinegar. So we were lacquer the eel with that. A little bit of acidity, spiciness, and you have to eat in the darkness. So you didn't know what to eat. It's a
the total trust.
It's like close your eyes and experience. It's the best way to taste.
And everybody, all the people invited, there were 250 people or more or less, two nights done like this. They all of them go
Two
like
nights,
a baptism,
exactly.
a new trust of something they have to be. And then they arrived to the main space. There was the dinner, and then you remember we spoke about we love Jarmusch and his film, and then by law. You remember speaking?
Yes,
about
I remember.
Jarmusch?
I remember.
And then Massimo Orsini was saying, but you know, I remember when he says in the jail, Benigni, no? He says, I scream, you scream, we scream. He tried to understand them. Then this scene came out in the space, and then we open a door, screaming, I scream, we all scream, because an ice cream is all scream. Ecco, you were outside with un carretto, because we don't translate carretto, we don't mind.
We were like, we did the fish and chips. Do you remember with the beer ice cream? With the beer ice cream.
Then that happened to us. Then anything we thought in those days that there was a long process. Everything happened. Then what I understand sometimes is we have to do the things all together. We need to involve the person which is like your refectorio.
Yeah, I always told you since day one, we need the beauty. We need the beauty of the architects, designer, artists, and chefs all together. We can really make the difference. And because when you create beauty, a beautiful space, very comfortable, with beautiful table, beautiful chairs, beautiful food, it's the perfect way to rebuild the dignity of the people. As Camus was saying, you know, with beauty, you don't do a revolution. But one day the revolution will need beauty. So we create a revolution at the refectorio, but to rebuild and to have our guests, you know, with us, you know, and say welcome. The beauty of say welcome, have a buongiorno. It's just such a meaningful word, you know. Buongiorno, ben arrivati, welcome. You know, it's such a amazing thing. So hospitality in a beautiful place with beautiful service, with beautiful food makes a difference in life of people. They don't have anything.
But now you explain to people, and people know that because they exist, a few of them. At the beginning,
exactly.
I remember you explaining that even you got in television. I remember, and you were speaking to all this person in that moment that will be like this, and that was like this, very simple.
No,
sometimes
you know,
things.
It's crazy because if you really believe in something strongly, you can really make it. Think about, you know, a chef who goes to the Expo Milan and say, I'm gonna do my own stuff. Whoa, it's crazy. But you know, supported by the best people in the world, like you, like Lissoni, or you know,
we all want to help
Cucchi,
you,
or Paladino. In this case, was like a focus on Italians, but you know, in each place we go, we focus on the locals. No, try to involve you know, communities. Once you change the perspective there, you change the whole neighborhood. So if you bring beauty to or light to the neighbor, that was Papa Francesco, because in my mind, I had the idea of building, rebuilding Miracolo Milano, no? But it was like under the train station. We already had the train station. But, you know, Miracle in Milan, you know, it's downtown Milan. And Papa Francesco said, in this time, no, we need to go on periphery, focus on periphery, and bring lights to the periphery. So the Archbishop Padoan found this
I remember them.
Abandoned theater that was abandoned since 15 years. And, you know, we built it there in Quartiere Greco. Now there's a speculation on Quartiere Greco
we know.
Because all the apartments, building, restoration, everything changed.
Davide
years.
Rampello. Davide Rampello was very good. Ecco.
Davide was the only
Bravissimo,
one.
bravissimo.
Patricia, Davide was the only one who was listening to
Yes,
my
he was the
idea,
one.
and he said, "I'm gonna put together all the best people because
It was
this is the best
meraviglioso.
idea in a universal exposition."
Ecco. You know, let us change a moment. I want to know, I love it, the expression you said, that for you, not only inspiration, but talent, what makes you think? The primary one is your mother. I think
Yeah, that's the but I don't know. I was really I said yes. Usually I don't do it, but you know, I said yes because I like the idea of the journalist on the magazine Sole 24 Ore, and you know, I was trying to answer to all the questions they were asking me with the images, and focus on art, because you know I'm crazy about art. And but at one point when there was this question and about talent, I think talent is such a strong word. You know, being recognized most of the time is never recognized. You have to look and work hard to let it express the talent. And you know, I think my mom was the one who really who made visible the invisible for everybody. Because I was like kind of troublemaker. I was like, you know, I was fighting with my father all the time. I was the younger. Everyone was saying that I was spoiled, and you know, and my mom was like, no, you don't understand. Massimo has to be, you know, has to have his own things, his own way. And you know, when I decide to buy this small restaurant with no experience outside of Modena, she was close to me, and she was making everyone understand her mentality and her obsession about quality that she could never express in the kitchen home. So it was incredible.
Fantastico.
And it's been incredible. And she was the real one who really fight against everyone. And, you know, for her, every single, Lara is connected from the countryside, and she say hi to everybody.
Bravo.
As Marie-Claude Lortie from Montreal. I saw that. But, you know, she was she was the reason because I'm here.
But I know that is very clear.
I know, you know, Patricia, I was discussing with Caritas, with the church, thanks to Rampello, for a long time. But she was almost passed because she was in the hospital, blah, blah, blah. And the 6th of November, you know, this is something that, you know, just me and my sister and Lara and the family knows. So I'm telling you something very private.
Nice. It's just a secret.
Yeah, it's like this. So the 6th of November, it was like around 9 in the evening, p.m. And she left, you know. And we were like, no, Mom, you can't. In 2 days, it's your birthday. You know, I'm going to make a risotto with truffle. It's your favorite. It's going to that. The morning after, she wake up. And 2 days later, I brought a white truffle risotto for her birthday. The beginning of the December, she decided with the hospital to go back home because her dream was to spend probably the last Christmas home.
Yeah.
Me and Davide, we signed with the church the 23rd of December. The 24th of December, we always, I was cooking in my mama apartment for the whole family, like 25 people. And I announced that night for my mom that was like, she was like really, she's really into church and into Pope Francis, I announced that we were doing a refectorio the year after, all together to bring things. It was the best Christmas we had.
Yeah, I can imagine.
In January, she passed away.
But she did her mission,
She did her mission.
Yeah,
she put me on the right track.
Yes,
Always.
You make me remember, for example, my father. That was the one. He's not anymore with us. And before he left, he was always doing in summer, when you didn't know, he was preparing a kind of paella, and he was a Basque man. Then normally he was creating a paella for 40 friends, 2 paellas at the same time. And the day before, he was creating a lot of things and doing broths. And he was like a shamano. I love it. Shamano,
because we know when we are in the kitchen, we know what to do. We have the vision.
Yeah, and then that thing happened and was perfect. Everything was working. Then he was giving us the idea that in a very simple way, my father was not a big manager. He was just a shamano, just sharing with us a very, very simple way, For my mother, I remember another thing. When I was little, piccolina, what did you eat? The most strange thing you eat? Because me, I was eating flies. I was
in the house.
Yes, because I was a mano pinta.
I love it. I love it.
Like a cloud like this. Then I was very quick, and I was doing tuck, and I was getting in a second a fly. And then the doctor was really suffering for this little girl eating flies.
This
then
little girl is kind of strange.
I don't know.
Understood the concept of insect before every other chef. The future of food. It's about that.
It's an argument. It could be nice that you say me something more about the future of food, because it's another argument. That on one side, we have to take care about leftovers, food, and we understand. In another way, we know we have traditions, then our recipes and our way of thinking and feeling have to be connected with our tradition and materials, but many ingredients are going to be difficult, more and more. I hope people like you will move through very interesting paths and projects, all of us, to not only asking you to solve the problem, to ask us to help you to do the to solve the problem.
You are doing a great, I know exactly, because it's you understood the project, and now that the message went through all the creative mind, for Merida, we had Bosco Sodi, Allora Calzadia, Mario Dalla Vedova, all involved in that, as in Brazil. JR, Vic Muniz, the Campanas brothers. We have all the people, the most creative people
we want to
involved
help
in this project. And this is something that for me is like the best compliment I can have. People like you, with this kind of big art, but this vision that really.
But Massimo, you are giving us our mind is like the conversation I had with Olafur. You are giving us the possibility to navigate with you, to go on a path that we still not, and you are open as you are using your family and tell you. So I give you the most simplified side of me, which is my dinner, and I share with you. It's because I didn't want. At the beginning, I wanted to speak in the kitchen. I said no. I have to respect his project, and me, I have to speak with him in a moment before. But I have a little gift for you.
What you have?
I want to show. I'm gonna find a way to show you the gift. I'm gonna send you. That is comunque a very domestic thing. We find them in the home, and this is a book. You can see.
You told me about that.
Mary Fisher,
Come cucinare il
lupo, or how to cook the wolf. We have the wolf outside of our doors, e il lupo è fuori delle porte.
Yes, of course.
Questa donna lo pubblicò negli anni 40, anni 40 qualcosa, anni molto duri, molto difficili. E lei, con un'ironia meravigliosa, un po' come una big ironia, I'm speaking in Italiano, I love it. Another thing. we are trying, both of us, both, to speak in English, but at the same time, Michael, it's time to mix languages. I think your Alexa was perfect because no, we have to defend people that even Turkish. We say something in Turkish, and then we have to try to understand it. Or if not, we understand by signals, or someone translates.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
the global project, it has to go through that. We have to go bit by bit. It's like the way we eat, I think. But then Mary, what I liked, she was, I will love, as you were inviting Roca to do a recipe, as she cannot be with us, I can be like her, fantastic. I can do and I can do digital recipe. She has a gazpacho and a few very interesting sample, very simple recipe to do. I would like to share it, Echo, one time in a digital way. Echo, then I will
But
send you the book. If you agree, we can play the game, Echo.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, of course, of course. But people loves to mix all the languages. Everyone say mix all the languages. Beautiful. You know, keep doing, keep going. Ah,
yeah,
bellissimo,
I think
bellissimo.
we have to go from local values to global, and we can speak a lot about that. But if we don't do it, you were doing your project is completely local. Like I think anyone want to be in anywhere trying to show his personal recipe with his own family and to connect with the others. If you do it, perhaps we can find a way which is modified. But me, I think we are ending our time, but I always like to say that you have no, perhaps they said to me we have a bit more time, Michael. It's another problem.
But Patricia, you know, like this kind of virus gave us so much time for ourselves that
and plenty of energy,
take off everything and left just the essence of things, you know, our family, our home, and the social media and Wi-Fi. So what you can do is like, I'm a chef, I'm gonna cook for my family. Actually, this time, you know, my daughter, she was studying in the United States, and she spent the last 5 years in Washington and in the States. So I didn't know her. I didn't know. I lost her. You know, she was there on the other side of the world. Yes, I was calling. I was like visiting, but it was like 2 days, 3 days. That's it. But this time, I had the opportunity to work with her. I had the opportunity to share time with her. I have the opportunity to follow her in the new world, because I didn't even know there was Instagram Live. So I was just
now we are discovering it.
Yeah, it was 9th of March. The 9th of March, I was preparing some aperitivo, a little bit of guacamole.
No, I love it you say this is not a master class. This is not a master class.
Never been a master class. I always said never been a master
class.
Master class is in master class. This is something different.
Yes, but I like that you explaining that, Echo.
So this is exactly what we have done. I've done as much as I could to use this time and create something special, especially for people that like was watching us and be part of this whole quarantine, you know. No
and
filter.
I think you're including bit by bit without knowing all of us in your path.
You know, Patricia, you cannot say what you to do with Charlie. You know, Charlie is Charlie. That's it. You know, if he is upset and he's like mad of me, of Lara, or Alexa, is gonna see and look at the video and say, I'm not talking tonight. I want to eat. I'm not eating. I'm mad of mom, or I'm mad of Mark. I'm mad of you. You know, it's like this, you know, there's no filter. You know, this is home. This is our family. And, you know.
But at the same time, Mira, what I like strongly from you, that you are a mix of many things, because in some way you have those values which are global and they are immense. You can work for you, but you work for the others. You are connected with, you have a kind of humanism, which is very modern, because it's not only auto-identity. Your idea is getting together with all the other people working in your same discipline, but working with other things. And another side, which is together, and I love it. There is a kind of very gentle poesy. As I think, il po', le materie, trasversale, quel senso un po' povero, semplice, di quelle periferie
Nebbioso, la nebbia,
sofferenti, dei
la
Gianni
poesia
Celati.
della nebbia.
Gianni Celati, I know
Esatto,
you
esatto,
like him,
esatto, esatto, esatto.
Ecco. And you have him inside, and I was yesterday with Alberto, first time I was walking outside of my house, and we went to Parco Lambro. And I hadn't been in Parco Lambro me before, outside of Milan. I was saying, it was each tree we found we were saying, oh, that is fantastical. And we were plenty, when you go through the Lambro, you can find so much of yourself, and you do that work at the same time. You are working globally. You are making all of us, or the people doing your discipline. I will love that we, in Casina, at the company, we learn, all of us, how to share with all the other persons from my discipline to work as you are working with all the people, as you were working yesterday with Roca. You were not, I'm the first, you're the first, I'm the first. We
No,
mind.
no,
We don't mind about that. We
no.
do very
That
well
was the
those things.
difference. The
We are in
difference.
another moment, Echo.
Yeah, completely. I completely agree. That
I'm searching for that.
in the kitchen right now, between the best chef in the world, there's no competition.
Yeah.
And it's like, for me, it was amazing when I went to Girona last time. It was like 1 year ago. And, I was eating with with Joanne's mother, that she was cooking for me. With the whole family, Jordi, Joseph, Joanne, we were having fun, we were eating, or, Alex Atala, or Mauro Colagreco, or Rene Redzepi, or Daniel Am. It doesn't matter, we are friends. And we have learned that through the years, we grew like that, very slowly, in gastronomic congress, traveling all over the world. And we decide to do everything together. And when
you are creating a very easy path for that. Everybody wanted to do, but it was not easy to do. With your project, you are telling them, we can do, each of us, you can do your best restaurant, you can open, because it's nice when you're speaking between you and you say, Wando, allora Joan, when you open, and he said, well, perhaps I'm gonna open at the beginning of July or something like this.
Can you imagine?
I'm gonna begin at the beginning of June, and then you have personal project normal with your business, but it's not important. Now you created another level of humanistic relation with all of them. I think I don't know, that immensity, we cannot lose it. You are, I think when you speak about art, for me, art is getting the invisible, and getting this, making it visible, or and if we go, we help for refectorio, for anything, I think is because we know the recipe, the way you are what you are doing, the food, what you are thinking about is for us is new, is fantastic. Then and then we can participate. I think, for example, I have daughter goes to school, and we know why we should speak with the people doing canteens for school. For companies, they still be in those canteens.
Too big, too business. The business is too big.
What is this?
They don't care. They don't want to do it.
No, they are gonna care, because we're gonna find a way to make them.
Yeah, of course. But they try New York. They try London. There's a little bit in Emilia here. There are like few rasdore left. So those the old lady, they take care of the kids, and in nursery school, or in middle class, but just few of them. But we know it's very important the way they approach to nursery here in Modena and Reggio Emilia and Bologna, because the kids, they learn what is Parmigiano Reggiano, what is balsamic vinegar, what it is like a handmade pasta, egg pasta, play with Massimo Orsini is here. Play the pasta and with mix eggs with flour, and prepare the dough, and
creating a hummus,
this kind of stuff.
For example, in my family, we were doing in the kitchen as everything was happening these days in my house. I think in many houses. Then was a crossover, and we were doing hummus. It was something I spoke many times, but I've never done. And we began to do until Sophia, my younger, she was doing much better than me, and Julia was doing another thing, and we were doing a lot. Many things were happening, and I think school should be the place where this argument should be comunque the moment they should play the game. It's so fundamental, and they could do with very simple. I think they need the skills that we discuss more with them about that in a very gentle, nice, positive way. And I think possibly even involving our side of designers, because they asked me, what do you think is going to be the home, how do you say, the home desk for working in the moment we are going to work more in home? I said, but we need to think it's going to be in the kitchen. I was saying, perhaps it's a desk in the kitchen. I would like to be with my plants, with my tomatoes, and at the same time with my computer. And
but you know,
drawings.
Martha Stewart is doing a beautiful project in, in the United States, and they have a garden in Harlem. They have garden in behind the school, and we cook to support them, and we believe in that. Once you are there and you are in high school and you learn how to take care of tomatoes or fresh herbs and planting, and maybe
I think we should investigate with many people from different cultures that represent very different values, how we can find very simplified ways to do something more than working. I think the idea of finding, for example, the concept of moment. I think temporality is fundamental. I'm, for example, suffering a little bit that you have to do in short time your real connection, which is your work. And I didn't want to take a lot of your energy, because I think I don't want to stop your path.
I already know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cook like a octopus salad with some tomato, dehydrated capers, roasted potato, and then a soup of 4 different beans and mussels. So it's already in my mind. So I'm already set. Otherwise, I wouldn't be so relaxed.
I just said, for example, I remember from Casina that they asked me to work with them with the showroom they had in Milano 2-3 years ago, and we did the revamped architecture, blah blah. But we had a level, and in the level I said we do a kitchen. And we did a kitchen, and we use it. It's not a showroom. It's not just a display. It's a place for sociality. And I hope we're still not using it as well as I think they could. But I think now, after this period, I think they have an instrument that they can use fantastically. Then I think we all can find our own little refectorios or open kitchens. And
I love it.
I love this moment, but Massimo, in this moment, it's not a question of, me, I'm designer, and another one designer is doing the same conversation, or another overlapped with me. No. We came out of this quarantine a little bit, and then we are trying, all of us, to connect with others, to mix things. We understood that it's not always something speaking. It's not only speaking people from one word altogether. It's something larger than that, because we need each other.
To me, I really think we're gonna come out from all this quarantine better than before. Because we really had the time to think about what really matter in life.
And because we are going to have so many problems.
Better.
We're going to have so many problems.
I'm sure.
Because we know the problems we have in front. We know them. That we need to do as Mary Fisher. We need we have el lupo, the wolf. Tenemos el lupo fuera de la puerta. Y estamos, bueno. I think it's interesting. Io te dico ciao. I say you bye.
Patricia, ci vediamo Kitchen Quarantine at 8:30. Ok? In a couple of hours.
Bravissimo.
Couple of hours.
Grazie.
Ci vediamo fra 2 ore.
Ciao,
Ciao
veramente.
Patricia, ciao a tutti,
Ciao, all my
grazie.
best.
Hai visto?
Veramente a
Ci
tutta la tua
salutano da
famiglia.
tutto il
Ecco.
mondo, eh?
A tutta
Da
la tua
tutto il
famiglia.
mondo ci stanno salutando.
Ma ovviamente perché tutto il mondo ti amiamo.
Ma
Ecco.
ovviamente.
Noi
Ciao a
abbiamo bisogno
tutti.
di te. Ecco.
Ciao, ciao,
Grande,
ciao.
grande. Mm.